N.I.G, yeah, we're all new, baby.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another N.I.G Daily News and Gaming, N.I.G Gaming News, Daily Fix, Gaming Fix, N.I.G Daily Gaming Internet News, Daily Fix, Gaming News. I'm your host, Melvin Cracker. Today we've got some rather shocking stories from the world of gaming. And to be honest, gaming should be in quotation marks because we talk about literally everything on this show. We have tales of new console releases, black skinheads, the massive changes coming to the MCU, and the continued destruction of Halo by 343 and Microsoft. So without further ado, let's get right into the news. But first, a word from our sponsor. Have you ever had to put up with low quality Chinese made COVID infected earbuds that cost $8 and end up breaking after 2 months? Well, look no more. Raycon, invented by Ray J, the guy who Kim Kardashian in a very popular video that we've all watched at least once, produces high quality earbuds for people who have the money to buy name brand wireless earbuds but are too stupid to buy actual good brands like Sony or Bose. I've used Raycons for, when did I eat breakfast? Like 3 hours? Yeah, 3 hours. And I can say that Raycon earbuds are the earbuds that I've ever used. It's like having Ray J in both of my halls. And as a straight man, I can say that I'm worryingly okay with this. You can be just like one of Ray J's lovers today by using our code NIG69 for 52% off your Raycon purchase of $100 or greater. And Raycon is so desperate for sales that they even created a senior citizen discount for our 2 geriatric elderly viewers of NIG. Use code NIGGER for 94% off of all Raycon purchases. That's how you know NIG isn't like the federal government, because we take care of our senior citizens. Anyway, with that $3,000 ad read out of the way, let's return to your regularly scheduled gaming content. So guys, in our first gaming news story, we have exclusive details of an all-new Switch variant that's in the works. Our source, Hugh J. Cox, a trusted source within the irreputable gaming news community who's given accurate leaks from Valve, Sony, and Nintendo, has told N.I.G that Nintendo is developing a new, more powerful Switch Pro. Yes, the legendary Switch Pro that Nintendo YouTubers won't shut the fuck up about is a reality. This is not a drill. The Switch Pro will allegedly have an Intel Core i6 CPU, a custom Nvidia GPU, more RAM than a traffic jam, and less storage than a lower end Steam Deck. With those specs, I know that I'll be buying on day one because I'm a true Nintendo consumer, and it's nothing more American than consuming. Hugh J. Cox also provided us with a leaked document that shows us the planned Nintendo films up to 2030. I'm proud to announce that Nintendo is making an all-female Luigi's Mansion reboot, set to release in 2024. This is a huge win for women, and I'm glad to see that they're finally moving up in the world. In addition, Nintendo is making a Super Smash Bros. Movie set to release in 2026 that will feature Sonic the Hedgehog, Captain Price from Call of Duty, and Will Smith. You already know that Smash Bros. Is going to be one hell of a brawl with him involved. Will is going to slap the shit out of the competition and somehow walk away without any criminal charges. But either way, these are some awesome developments from the world of Nintendo, and we here at N.I.G look forward to buying more overpriced as fuck Nintendo games that never go on sale, that we can play on our all new Switch Pros. So guys, in our next gaming news story, we have the biggest embarrassment to the black race since Herschel Walker, the man who ran for Senate and randomly told a story about a homosexual bull. Thank God that he lost. But no, we're talking about Kanye West. Now for those of you that don't know, Kanye West went on InfoWars in a black skinhead mask and started praising Adolf Hitler. Yes, that Adolf Hitler. Kanye West has proven himself to be a true gamer. People around the world were shocked by Kanye's horrific statements, and this seems to be the final nail in the coffin for the college dropout's reputation. I mean, how do you come back from claiming that Adolf Hitler invented microphones and freeways? You know you fucked up when you make Alex Jones look like the reasonable one in a conversation. It feels like we're living in an episode of The Twilight Zone. And I feel like we should point out that the guy sitting right next to Kanye West, whose name is Nick Fuentes, is a well-known white supremacist and friend of the Republican Party, who recently went on his own show to claim that back when he was a kid, everybody loved Adolf Hitler. Personally, I'd like to know how old this Nazi mother is, because the last time Hitler held any goodwill with the general public was in the 1930s. This new trend of Nazis and reactionary douchebags dominating the public consciousness is starting to become concerning, and I just wish that we would focus less on these alt-right cocksuckers and more on what truly matters, consuming video games and actual gaming news, so that we don't have to talk about this political bullshit anymore. Speaking of political bullshit, we have yet another story from the MCU, the mid-cinematic universe. It is like a secret memo has leaked from Marvel Studios, stating that they're now focusing on quality over quantity. Well, that's a huge fucking surprise to me, because they put out 3 films a year back in Phase 3, and they usually manage to make most of them good. In 2017, we got Guardians 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, and Thor 3, some of the greatest and most beloved MCU movies of all time. And even if they took an L in 2019 with Captain Marvel, we still got the legendary Avengers Endgame, and serviceable Far From Home, which was low-key better than No Way Home, but that's a conversation for another time. In comparison, Phase 4 has literally sodomized us with terrible films like Doctor Strange, Thor 4, and Black Panther 2, which didn't even have T'Challa in it. It was the only thing that I genuinely liked about Black Panther 1, and as a white person, there wasn't a lot for me to like in that film. Don't even get me started on all the terrible fucking TV shows that don't even deserve to be mentioned again. But thankfully Marvel was able to surgically remove their heads from their asses and realised that putting out abomination after abomination was sure to invoke the wrath of the fans. Because nothing is more scary than their target audience of mid-20s white men and retarded teenagers. Either way, Marvel is planning on reducing their output for 2023 and 2024, as well as combining some 6-episode Disney Plus series into special presentations. Thank God, if something like She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, was just a 45-minute special instead of a 6-week-long coordinated assault on my sanity, then I would have been able to avoid having to go to the emergency room for a cringe overdose. Marvel has been producing so much shit lately that any step in the right direction, no matter how common sense and obvious it may seem to normal, non-brain damaged people like you and me, is a good sign for the future of the MCU. But we'll just have to wait and see if Marvel follows through on their promises and resist the temptation to put out a million fucking terrible TV shows back to back. Phase 4 was a good look at what would happen if Marvel's decision making was as piss poor as DC's, but I think that me and everyone else would appreciate if they stopped making shit and went back to making actual enjoyable, well-made films with visual effects that don't make me want to kill myself. Well guys, with our gaming news stories out of the way, we now transition to Showmish's Halo Corner, a segment that is completely reliant on 343 doing their jobs and releasing fun content for Halo Infinite. And we all know how reliable 343 is. Am I right, Showmish?
Aye, yes Melvin. 343 is completely unreliable, incompetent, and unable to function, as is evidenced by the honestly stupid-ass December update that he just released on Halo Waypoint, which is essentially just a series of sorry excuses and features that should have been in the game a year ago.
Wow, calm down, Shamus. Even I didn't get this hated about the MCU, which is the nerd community's equivalent of the Dallas Cowboys. Is the new Halo Infinite update really that bad?
Yes, this update is completely fucking pathetic. Honestly, the most pathetic thing I've seen since my son told me that he doesn't agree with my choice of liquor. It took everything in me not to throw my bottle of hyped lager at the little bastard. But but seriously, all this update gives us is a custom games browser, which should have been in the game a year ago, a measly single new map, and the unlocking of armor cores, which is a year too late to actually mean anything. This shit is pissing me off so much that I'm seriously considering switching to the new Call of Duty game, because at least they don't pretend to respect the players. Aye, this Halo shit just makes me proper mad. I could go for a pint of Guinness right now. This is fucking gas. I'm proper knackered.
Well, it's good to know that you're staying hydrated, Shamus. Anyway, that'll wrap up our N.I.G presentation of an N.I.G production in association with N.I.G, N.I.G Daily, the world's most unfair and hopelessly biased gaming news show. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for watching this N.I.G Daily News and Gaming Daily Fix Gaming News Gaming Fix Daily Fix Gaming Update. And as always, stay tuned for more N.I.G content and have a vapid gaming-filled day.
N.I.G N.I.G.
That's how you do it, baby.